Silence can reveal more than words ever could. A single flower. A limited edition Nike collection. One rising star carrying the pride of an entire nation. And somewhere behind the celebration, a much bigger question began echoing across the tennis world. How does a global sports giant decide who deserves its biggest spotlight? And when does commercial power begin to rival championship success? Those questions exploded across social media after Nike unveiled a collection inspired by Alex Eala's Filipino heritage, centered around the Sampaguita, the national flower of the Philippines. The campaign wasn't simply another apparel release. It became a cultural moment almost overnight. The collection, titled In Full Bloom, transformed a personal symbol into something millions of Filipinos immediately recognized as their own. Designed around the same Sampaguita theme Nike had first introduced through Eala's custom Wimbledon hair tie, it celebrated her journey from a young dreamer to one of tennis' fastest rising stars. What happened next surprised almost everyone. The merchandise disappeared almost as quickly as it appeared. Fans rushed to Nike stores. Photos flooded social media. The campaign generated extraordinary engagement, not because of aggressive advertising, but because people genuinely felt represented. Across the Philippines and among Filipinos living around the world, the collection became more than clothing. It became proof that someone carrying their flag had finally earned a place on one of sport's biggest stages. But while fans celebrated, another conversation quietly began spreading through tennis circles. Not about Alex. Not about the shirt. About what the campaign seemed to represent. Because in modern tennis, sponsors don't just sell apparel anymore. They send messages. Every custom design. Every exclusive launch. Every personalized detail. It quietly answers one question every professional athlete asks sooner or later. How valuable am I to the brand? That is why this story reached far beyond a single clothing drop. For decades, greatness in tennis followed a familiar formula. Win tournaments. Lift Grand Slam trophies. Reach world number one. The rewards would naturally follow. Today, that equation is no longer so simple. Brands don't only measure forehands and backhands. They measure audiences, communities, cultural influence, market expansion, global engagement. Suddenly, winning matches is only one part of a much larger business calculation. Alex Eala represents something few athletes ever do. She isn't simply another talented young player climbing the rankings. She represents an entire nation hungry for tennis success. The Philippines has produced champions before, but tennis has never experienced a phenomenon quite like this. Every milestone Eala reaches resonates far beyond the baseline. Millions of supporters follow every result, every interview, every tournament appearance with remarkable intensity. That connection makes her valuable in ways that cannot be measured only by rankings. Nike clearly understood that. Rather than producing another standard player collection, they chose storytelling. The Sampaguita wasn't selected because it looked beautiful. It carried meaning. Before Eala stepped onto Wimbledon courts, Nike presented her with a one-of-a-kind Sampaguita hair tie, a tribute to her roots and a reminder of home. She later described it as carrying a piece of the Philippines onto one of tennis' grandest stages. That single gesture eventually inspired the wider, In Full Bloom collection, extending the symbolism far beyond center court. It was elegant, personal, authentic, exactly the kind of emotional storytelling global brands spend years trying to create. And it worked. The campaign didn't need dramatic slogans. The fans did the marketing themselves. Every shared photo, every unboxing video, every proud post wearing the shirt became another advertisement Nike never had to pay for. That kind of organic momentum is priceless. Which leads directly to the uncomfortable question many observers began asking. If Nike can build such a deeply personal campaign around one athlete, why don't more of its biggest stars receive the same treatment? That question quickly drew attention toward one of the sport's most accomplished champions, Aryna Sabalenka. Online discussions began comparing Nike's personalized storytelling around Eala with the more standardized match apparel often worn by established stars, including Sabalenka. Some social media posts and videos went much further, claiming Sabalenka was frustrated with Nike's approach. However, those claims have not been independently verified through reliable public reporting, and no confirmed public statement from Sabalenka supports those allegations. What is factual is that the comparisons themselves fueled widespread debate about how brands allocate their creative attention. And honestly, the debate didn't need an actual confrontation to become fascinating, because it exposed something much larger. Professional tennis has entered a completely different commercial era. Championships still matter, probably more than anything else. But they no longer stand alone. A player can dominate on court. Another can ignite an entire country. For marketers, both achievements hold extraordinary value, just in very different ways. History offers plenty of clues. Aryna didn't merely win Grand Slams. She opened doors into China that few athletes ever could. Naomi Osaka became one of the world's highest-earning athletes by combining elite tennis with enormous cultural and commercial appeal. Now many analysts see Alex Eala occupying a similar space for Southeast Asia, not because she has already matched those careers, but because brands recognize her potential to connect with millions of passionate supporters. That possibility alone changes boardroom conversations. Inside corporate headquarters, executives don't only review tournament brackets. They study demographics, consumer behavior, regional growth, engagement curves, future markets. The Philippines suddenly isn't just another country on the tennis calendar. It's a rapidly expanding audience emotionally invested in one athlete's journey. Viewed through that lens, the In Full Bloom campaign wasn't simply celebrating Alex Eala. It was revealing where the future of sports marketing may already be heading. And if that future continues to reward cultural connection as much as competitive success, then one of the oldest assumptions in professional tennis may be quietly disappearing. The deeper the story goes, the harder it becomes to reduce it to winners and losers. Because from Nike's perspective, this wasn't simply about designing apparel. It was about telling a story people wanted to become part of. Modern fans don't just buy a shirt because their favorite player wears it. They buy what the shirt represents. Identity, belonging, memory, pride. That is precisely why the Sampaguita became such a powerful symbol. For Filipinos, it isn't simply the national flower. It represents humility, purity, resilience, and welcome. By weaving that symbol into Alex Eala's collection, Nike wasn't only creating merchandise, it was connecting one athlete's journey to the identity of millions of people who had watched her rise from promising junior to one of the brightest young names in professional tennis. The emotional connection came first. The commercial success followed. That order matters, because the strongest sports campaigns rarely begin inside marketing departments. They begin inside communities. Every photograph shared by proud fans, every sold-out product, every celebration online, strengthened something no advertising budget can manufacture: authenticity. That authenticity also explains why the conversation expanded beyond fashion. People started asking a broader question. What defines value in modern professional sports? For generations, the answer appeared obvious. Win the biggest tournaments. Collect major trophies. Reach the top ranking. Those accomplishments remain the foundation of greatness. No marketing campaign can replace what happens under the pressure of a Grand Slam final. But today's business landscape adds another layer. Brands also invest in athletes who inspire communities, create conversations, and introduce entirely new audiences to their sport. Those goals don't compete with championships. They exist alongside them. That reality sometimes creates uncomfortable comparisons, not because one athlete deserves less recognition than another, but because different athletes create different kinds of impact. Alex Eala's growing popularity reflects that shift. Her success has encouraged countless young Filipinos to look at tennis differently. Children who once dreamed only of basketball now see another possibility. Families gather around broadcasts. Courts receive new attention. A generation suddenly has someone who feels unmistakably their own. Moments like that cannot be measured by statistics alone. Yet statistics still matter. Because eventually, every rising star reaches the point where expectations become impossible to ignore. With greater visibility comes greater pressure. Every tournament carries heavier scrutiny. Every loss becomes a headline. Every victory must somehow exceed the last. That may be the greatest challenge Alex Eala faces moving forward. The attention that fuels opportunity also raises the standard she will be expected to meet. She is no longer viewed simply as an exciting prospect. She has become one of the sport's most closely watched young athletes. That spotlight is a privilege. It is also a burden. History reminds us how quickly public expectations can grow. Young stars are often celebrated before they have fully established themselves. The challenge isn't reaching the spotlight. It's learning to perform while standing inside it. Everything Alex Eala has shown so far suggests remarkable composure. She continues to carry herself with maturity, embraces opportunities that come her way, and represents the Philippines with evident pride. None of that guarantees an easy future. But it explains why so many people believe her story is only beginning. Meanwhile, the broader debate surrounding sponsorships is unlikely to disappear. Fans will continue comparing campaigns. Commentators will continue analyzing marketing decisions. Brands will continue balancing competitive achievement against commercial opportunity. And every new customized collection will invite fresh discussion about how companies choose the faces of their future. Perhaps that is the real significance of this moment. Not controversy. Transformation. Women's tennis has become one of the most commercially dynamic sports in the world. Custom apparel launches now attract worldwide attention. Social media campaigns generate conversations far beyond tournament results. Athletes increasingly function as competitors, ambassadors, storytellers, and global brands simultaneously. That evolution reflects tremendous growth. Only a few years ago, many female athletes fought simply to secure sponsorship opportunities. Today, companies compete to create distinctive campaigns around them. That progress deserves recognition. At the same time, growth inevitably brings difficult decisions. No corporation can build identical campaigns for every athlete. Resources are limited. Strategies differ. Markets evolve. Every investment reflects a calculation about the future. Some choices succeed spectacularly. Others invite criticism. That is simply the reality of global business. Looking back, the In Full Bloom collection accomplished something few sports campaigns ever achieve. People weren't only discussing the design. They were discussing culture, representation, identity, the future of tennis. Very few apparel launches spark conversations that extend this far beyond clothing. Whether you view it primarily as brilliant marketing, meaningful cultural recognition, or a glimpse into the changing economics of professional sports, one thing is difficult to dispute. People cared. And in today's attention economy, genuine emotional investment is extraordinarily rare. Perhaps that is why Alex Eala's journey continues to resonate. She represents more than rankings. More than endorsements. More than merchandise. She represents possibility. For young players chasing impossible dreams. For nations waiting decades to see themselves reflected on tennis' biggest stages. And for a sport discovering that its next era may be defined not only by who wins the most matches, but by who inspires the most people. That doesn't diminish champions. It doesn't reduce the value of Grand Slam titles. Instead, it reminds us that modern greatness can wear more than one face. Some athletes change history with trophies. Others change it by making millions believe they belong in the story. The rarest players manage to do both. Whether Alex Eala ultimately reaches that level is a question only time can answer. But one thing has already become unmistakably clear. A flower inspired a collection. A collection sparked a worldwide conversation. And that conversation revealed that the future of tennis may be shaped just as much by human connection as by the scoreline on the stadium scoreboard.